Hi, this is My Two Favorite Librarians. I'm Denise Corey.
I'm Chantel Taylor, and today we're talking about Groundhog Day.
And unfortunately, Chantel is still suffering from the plague.
And the next couple of episodes all sound like this.
So I'm hoping there won't be too much, coughing or rough voice or...
There will be.
Okay. I feel bad for you.
It's all right.
So Groundhog Day is coming up.
It always does every February 1st. February 1st or 2nd?
February 2nd. On February 2nd, a rodent is going to pop its head out of a hole in the ground, and what it sees is supposed to predict how long our winter is going to last.
It's always 6 more weeks, whatever, no matter what the groundhog...
It doesn't matter what the groundhog says, because essentially winter, doesn't end until
April.
Yeah, or May. Or in 2015, June. Well, maybe it wasn't that long. It felt like it. 2015 was psychologically damaging to me.
I'm still scarred.
So what does Groundhog Day mean to you?
Nothing.
What about the movie?
I watched the movie. We had a friend of ours say the other day that it's one of their favorite movies, and I thought, really? Mm-hmm. I don't know if I want to see that movie again.
I don't know that I ever watched the actual whole movie.
It was funny. I enjoyed it. I don't know that I want to see it again, though.
I mean, I like Bill Murray. So because of the movie, I think what we're going to really talk about are time travel books.
Well, now, we don't usually discuss what we're going to talk about. Denise has decided what we're doing, our subjects for the year. And so she gave me a list, and it said Groundhog Day or Groundhog Books. And so when I started doing it, I thought something completely different.
So what did you think?
So I thought authors that write the same story over and over and over and over again.
Which is not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
Because
Janet Ivanovich is one of my favorite, the Stephanie Plum series. I love those books. She's on book 25. And
it's the exact same book.
Yeah, and the last book, and I think I've said this before, I got to the last disc and I was like, Stephanie hasn't been kidnapped yet. What is happening? Things are going quite well. It's a 2-part book. Yeah. But I knew because I got to a certain part
in every book.
Every single time they have to come and rescue her.
Doesn't her car explode in every book?
Not necessarily, but yes, it's a common theme that her cars explode in the books. But I knew, I'm almost done. And she has there's no disaster. Well, the disaster is coming in the next book.
Okay. A 2-parter.
It doesn't make it less enjoyable to read. I don't care that I know what's coming. Mm-hmm. I don't care that, Lula has to do something crazy. I still enjoy those books regardless.
Well, and some authors write a formulaic book.
Yeah.
And are very, very popular. So people must enjoy it. I haven't read a lot of James Patterson.
But they're very similar.
But I assume that they're pretty much, yeah.
So I was discussing with Adam, who's our cataloger, this topic of groundhog books. And he had talked about, there's that theory that there are really only 7 stories to be told.
Okay.
So I printed it off. There are 7 alleged stories that really everybody writes the same story. So, maybe I didn't. Maybe I only got 1 page.
She thinks she's prepared and she is not.
I've got it now. Here it is. So 7 plots. Everybody's writing the same story. So there's Overcoming the Monster, Rags to Riches, The Quest, Voyage and Return, Comedy, Tragedy, and Rebirth.
Those are very broad plots.
That's the point.
And now I'm going to
There's a whole book that's been written about this subject.
I'm going to look through those and see if I can find a plot that's different, and I probably can't.
So, better people than you have tried.
Yeah. I've been called worse by better. So I was going to talk about Groundhog Day, time travel. Because
the same day over and over.
Over and over. So, Life After Life by Kate Atkinson. I loved that book. Have you read that?
I have not read.
It's the protagonist's life, and it just shows just minor changes change the course of her life. So, whether she snuck out once to go to the fair, then she catches the flu. And, I think it's in the early 1900s when the influenza epidemic killed a lot of people. So in that instance, she dies. But in another instance, she doesn't go to the fair. She stays home and she dies a different way because, you know, that is the end of life. There's no way to escape that. But, you know, in the different plot lines, in some cases she dies quite young, and in other cases she lives to be 80. And I know I'm making this sound complicated, but it is such a good book.
Interesting. So
Great.
what's the, like, what does she get to a certain point in her life and then she goes back, or does she like die and then it resets itself?
She dies and then it resets itself.
Okay.
So the first few times, I'm like, what is going on? But once you get it sort of figured out, it's great.
Interesting. Okay.
Also, we had talked about At Lunch Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver.
Which is a favorite, which is another, she dies in a car accident and relives the same day over and over, trying to fix mistakes that she's made. Because she's like kind of the mean girl, and she ends up going back and sort of changing everything she does in an attempt to save herself. But then I think at the end of the book, she dies to like save someone else.
Way to
Spoiler.
spoil it. Way to spoil it. Actually, it's really quite a good book. It's a teen book too.
Yes, it was, yeah. And there was a whole trend. I don't know if it happened in the adult fiction world as well, but there was a whole trend like maybe 4 or 5 years ago that were a lot of like time travel books where people were going back in time or they were jumping through time
In the teen world. Yeah. And I enjoy a good time travel book. I love The Time Traveler's Wife. That's one of the few books that I have read more than once.
Oh, I did not like The Time Traveler's Wife.
That's because you're not a good person. It's a good book. I like it. What are you reading right now?
So I am currently reading,
I like how you stop and you're like excited.
Well, I forgot because I have I have to have readings for different days. But for my work book club, our February book club is Choose Your Own Thriller. Mm-hmm. So I am rereading The Da Vinci Code.
Oh.
So I really liked
how very 2007 of you.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Speaking
and I'm wondering if I'll like it as much this time around.
So have you started it?
Yeah, I'm only like I'm listening to it this time instead of reading it. So that's a bit different as well. But I'm only like maybe a couple of minutes into it.
I do remember it being like a super fast read.
Yeah, page turner. Because you just want to keep like, and the chapters were almost like
a page
super
and a half.
Short.
Yeah. It's like, I'll just finish this chapter. Well, that didn't take any time.
And then you want to go on to the next one.
I'm also currently reading a book for my workbook club. It's The Alice Network by Kate Quinn. It's set both during World War I and then just after World War II.
Okay.
So the World War I part is about this network of women spies.
Interesting.
And they are, the woman who leads it, her code name is Alice. So it's the Alice Network. It is very good. I'm really enjoying it. The only part I don't like is that the main protagonist from just after World War II is on a quest.
Yes.
But she was a math major and she keeps coming up with these equations to explain things, and I find it very annoying. But it seems to be getting less as the book goes along, so I'm, quite happy with that.
All right.
So on at the library right now, we have free one-on-one technology sessions with Greg. You can book them at your local library. They're 50 minutes long, and just let the staff at the library know when you book what kind of technology help you're looking for, and Greg will give you a hand. So if you're having problems with your cell phone, if you're having problems with your iPad, if you want to learn how to set up your email, Greg can give you a hand.
Yeah. I've got a program I'm doing in partnership with Tantramar Seniors. We're calling it Classic Film Friday. And basically, I don't quite have everything sussed out, but we're going to do a decade a week. So it's a 4-week from Friday, February 1st to the 22nd, I think. Yeah, I think it's the 22nd. From 10 until 12:30, you're going to come in. We're going to talk about a decade of movies. So first the 20s and some of the stars that we may not remember and what the big movies were. I'm going to show some clips and then we're going to watch a movie. And will depend what the group thinks, but I may have a couple and we'll choose what to watch. So I may let you vote for what you can watch.
Can I pick movies?
Maybe. I can't show Nosferatu.
Because I love a terrible B movie.
No, we're not doing that.
No.
We're doing good movies.
The other thing I should mention, because we were talking about winter and we were talking about the little rodent that decides how much longer winter lasts.
6 more weeks every year.
Did you know that the library also loans out light therapy lamps, and those are supposed to help with seasonal affective disorder?
As well as snowshoes, if you believe exercise helps your mood as well.
Yes, and fishing poles, but I don't know if you want to be out ice fishing. It's pretty cold.
No.
Okay, well, you can find out all of this information on our website. It is
www.cumberlandpubliclibraries.ca.
And additionally, you can find all of our social media handles on there. We're on the Twitter, the Facebook, and the Instagram.
Although I've been terrible on Instagram lately. I've been sick, and this has not been a good start to the year.
No. So, next week,
Ebooks.
I love ebooks.
Me too.
We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.